Brenda's made a claim that there's hundreds of videos that she can get right now that show this. Perhaps she could share screens and show the audience and ourselves this then.
Yeah, because I guarantee the audience will know the debunk.
Just Google 24. Just Google 24-hour sun Antarctica. Dude, if you're going to have me on, allow me to talk. So just Google 24-hour sun Antarctica. The response you get from Google is in the hundreds, if not thousands. Right? There are lots and lots of videos.
Well,
yes, there are.
Listen, I tell you, right, Brenda, this will solve the problem. You contact the Amazon Scott station, right? That's supposedly at 90 degrees south, and you tell them your predicament, and ask them to send you a 24-hour sun video so you can disprove flat Earth. Now, that doesn't even mean it disproves flat Earth. It just means that it proves that it's a 24-hour sun. So if you really believe that, then you go and contact that Amazon Scott station, just like other people did. 2 flat earthers, I can't remember who the first guy was, but journalism was the second guy. So you contact them because they are contactable, if you really believe that. Why would anyone need to fake it, Brenda? There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Anyone can see there's like any amount of evidence that there's an Arctic 24-hour sun. But there isn't evidence enough to support a 24-hour sun in the Antarctic. It's just not there.
Yes, it is. You're just denying that. There are videos that are out there.
The evidence is there,
and you're just claiming that they've been debunked isn't debunking them.
But sure, if the evidence was there, I wouldn't even be talking about it. It's not there. The evidence is not there.
That's not true. That's not necessarily true.
Every time I see a new video that's supposed to be showing the 24-hour sun in Antarctica, only a short while later, I'm seeing the debunk video of it. One of the last ones that came out, ended up they were showing a loop. It was the same exact clouds came over. Well, it was supposed to be a 24 hours later. It was the same exact clouds came over the top. It was a loop. They had a power loop.
I don't know what you're talking about, but of course you would loop it. Of course you would loop it.
One of the more recent ones.
Of course you would loop it. But the point is...
No, you wouldn't loop it. There'd be no need to loop it. If it's a 24-hour sun video, you wouldn't need to have a looping part. A loop is a duplicate. You wouldn't need to have a loop. If it's a 20,
I see.
It's a 20. You would. I saw the video. I can't remember who put it out, but I saw the debunking video, and I saw it before it was debunked, and I knew it was going to be debunked. And then I saw, because people do that. They like I couldn't be bothered with it, but other people, I had no belief in it in the first place. But then,
as usual, I
had no
Brian,
I'm remotely surprised it was debunked.
Brian. As usual, Ranty Globe Earther is refuting everything you've just said right now in his stream. He's showing a 24-hour sun. Right now. Ranty is showing a 24-hour sun right now in the video. Right now.
Hang on. One thing. Whoa. Don't misrepresent what I'm actually showing. I'm showing a video.
That's a 24-hour sun.
Hold on. Can you see the mountain here? Because I'm looking at this mountain here, and it doesn't have any snow on it whatsoever, right? This is the first time I've seen this video.
It's covered in snow.
This one is not covered in snow.
Yes, it
has
is.
No snow. It has a tiny bit of snow on the bottom left, and a little smudge there, but there isn't any real. Oh, what's that? What's this?
What's what? What's what? I don't.
That?
You're not showing anything. There's a delay. I'm not seeing what you're seeing. There's a delay.
Okay.
Okay. Now I see the mountain you're talking about. So what? Not every mountain in Antarctica is covered with snow.
Hang on. Is he? I just wanted to say he shows his watch, right? He shows his watch. This is the time, and then he cuts to a mountain that's in the background. So when he showed the watch, he had a mountain in the background with no snow upon. And then when the video starts with a mountain covered in snow.
That mountain was in shadow, wasn't it?
Brenda, these are the problems. These are the these little things like this. Right? Why is there a need for such nonsense?
What nonsense?
This is not what the man is doing here. What Ranty is showing, this nonsense this guy is showing here. There is no need for this nonsense. If it's a true thing, there is no need for this kind of nonsense.
Do you think? Do you think that the sun?
McMurdo is in the Ross Dependency, which is out a piece of land jutting out towards South America. So it's not up on the ice shelf.
So do you think that that it could have snowed?
Well, overnight.
Yeah,
he was supposed to be filming from midnight.
Yeah.
Do you think it could have snowed? Do you think it could have snowed overnight?
Not in a second.
Yeah, it could have.
He just started the video and suddenly it was all snowy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it could have snowed? This is a time lapse, dude. Do you think it could have snowed? This is a time lapse.
Yeah, it might have snowed.
Do you think that those? Do you think that those vehicles? Do you think that those vehicles in the foreground are moving around at that speed?
Yeah,
no,
Brenda,
it's a time lapse.
How come there was no snow and then there was snow?
Because it snowed.
Yeah, how come there was no snow and then it did snow? But the point is that how come there was no snow and then suddenly there was a load of snow?
Because it's a time lapse.
From there, he showed his watch. That's when the video was supposed to start. Right, and a second later, there's snow on it.
It wasn't a second later. It's a time lapse.
Brenda, if you go back to the start of that video, you show your man showing his watch, and then suddenly there's snow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It shows his watch, and then look, no snow, right? No snow. There it is. That's the start of the video. Look, no snow. Here we go. Right. There we go. Right. There's the sun over to the right-hand side, supposedly.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's seen that.
Snow and snow. No snow.
Nobody thinks that was.
Why was that, man?
Right, because nobody thinks that was supposed to be continuous. Most people understand this was a time lapse.
Doing the video, it's a continuous 24-hour time lapse.
No.
Brenda, that's what it's supposed to be, a continuous 24-hour time lapse. That's the proof of it. If they don't have that, then they don't have any proof.
They did have it.
The original American
showed it to you.
Spot station
they showed it to you.
Even that was more believable than that. He didn't.
Brian,
that's what he showed you.
Brian, they showed it to you.
Who did, Brenda?
Just now, the people in that film.
They showed that within a second. That
they showed.
Mountain can have no snow. Can it snow? Can that fall in a second? Where are all the clouds?
Brian,
Brenda,
you need to pause and take breaths, for one thing, and for another.
No, Brenda, what you're doing is you're trying to avoid the reality that within a second of that video, there was no a hill or mountain, whatever you want to call it, went from having no snow on it to everything being covered in snow.
Because it snowed.
Sorry. No, yeah, what? Within a second, Brenda?
Yeah.
It's not a second. It's not a second. Nobody thinks.
It's supposed to be time lapse. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to be a time lapse, not a time jump. It's not supposed to be a time.
That's what a time lapse is.
Brenda.
Brian, that's what a time lapse is. It's a jump.
No, a time lapse is not.
Yes, it is.
A time lapse is not a jump. A time lapse
is a full video
sped up. A full video sped up.
It's not sped up.
Brenda, you're just talking nonsense at this stage.
Brian,
a time-lapse video is. A time-lapse video is a sped-up video.
No, it's not.
Sped up.
No, it isn't. No, it is not. Excuse me, Brian. Let me respond.
20s channel.
Brian, let me respond.
Of the EQ Mount telescope.
Brian.
Following the sun. Right.
Brian.
That's a 24-hour time-lapse there. You watch that. That's a time-lapse.
Brian.
He's on your...
Brian.
What do you want from it?
Brian, be quiet. A time lapse.
Brenda, for what?
Brian.
Brenda, what's the point of this?
Brian, a time lapse is not a sped up video. A time lapse is a video where you take individual frames over periods of time. It's actually literally a jump in time.
It's not a jump.
Yes, it is.
It's not a jump in time.
That's literally what a time lapse is, Brian.
It is not a jump in time. A time lapse.
Yes, it is. You take a single
video,
Brian,
or it's a long period of time shortened into a.
You take a single frame, Brian. You take a single frame, and then you wait an hour or a certain designated amount of time, and then you take another frame. That's what a time lapse is. And I'm saying that in between,
it wouldn't prove it.
And I'm saying that in between, it's Brian.
Jump by an hour here and there.
Brian, settle down.
So
Brian, you need to let other people
How do we know
talk.
It's the next day, Brenda?
Brian, you need to let other people talk.
You're wrong, but you're wrong. You're wrong.
I don't care. Let other people talk, Brian.
Brenda, you're wrong to concede when you're wrong.
Talk. Brian.
Well, give us the definition of a time-lapse video.
A succession of still images, still frames taken a certain time with a certain distance or time between each other.
Yeah,
right.
5 past 12 shown there on the man's watch. 5 past 12. Yeah. Right. Now he's putting it on to slow. Right.
And then
there you go.
No.
Watch this. A time lapse should start from here. Right.
No. That's not.
There should be no jumps, none of that, no cuts. A time lapse is a full video.
That's not what a time lapse is.
That's
Brian.
what a time lapse is.
No, it isn't.
Time lapse. Hang on, I'll have to. Right. 1 second now. Right, give it a second.
Yes, I'm aware that it starts.
I'm going to Google it now in a minute. As soon as I see this part on the video, I'm going to Google it for you. What a time lapse is. A time lapse is a full video, Brenda. Right?
No, it's not.
It's a full video over.
And that's obviously a jump.
See, there
Brian,
you go. There.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Brian, let me talk. Brian, let me talk.
Is that a time lapse? Does that prove? Does that prove Brian, for a son, Brenda?
Let me talk, Brian.
Does that prove a 24-hour son, Brenda?
Brian.
Does that prove a 24-hour?
Brian, let me talk. Let me talk, Brian. That's obviously they took a base starting and then they started it at a later time. I don't know why. I don't know why they chose. Maybe because it snowed.
It's a farce.
Maybe it snowed.
It snowed. It's a farce.
I think the point of what I showed you there was that there was no need for that guy to show you his watch at the start of the video if that was going to be a complete 24-hour sun. The idea of the video was it was a 24-hour sun. He showed the clock saying just 5 past midnight or 5 past 12 in the afternoon, whichever. It was just after midday or midnight, and he was showing you his watch and showing you pointing out the sun, pointing out the direction. And when it cut to the actual video, you could see that there'd been a massive storm rolling and that entire mountain and all the buildings underneath were covered in snow. And that hadn't happened in a split second. So it couldn't have been on the same day. It couldn't have been on the same day. So it couldn't have been on the same day. It's like, why would, if you're going to film a 24-hour sun, would you show the watch and then show the sun going around, but you actually see continuity errors or something inside the video, and that was one of them. That was a major one. There's no need to fake that. There's no need to put spliced clips in. If you're going to do it, you do it properly. You show the time, you step away, you film the sun. You don't just add other things in on a different video, different clip. That didn't make any sense.
The rest of the video shows a 24-hour sun, though.
But how can we confirm? The point is,
the rest of the video shows a 24-hour sun.
I don't know that, but what I would say,
yes, it does.
Well, listen,
it shows it.
Just let me finish. Brenda. If they're going to edit that part out at the start, what's to say they're not going to edit other stuff? That's the point. Well, there's no need for it.
Can't be.
Do you have any evidence? Do you have any evidence that it was fake?
The evidence is in the video, Brenda. The evidence
that's not evidence that it was faked.
That's absolute evidence that there's something wrong with
it.
It is.
No, it isn't. How is it evidence that it was faked?
Is that the best you've got for a 24-hour sun? Is that the best evidence you got?
No, there's dozens of other videos showing a 24-hour sun.
I've seen several of these videos, and they always get debunked. And the fact that anyone needs to do that little jump there or ever bring out a fake video, and that the Amundsen Scott station themselves that are supposedly at 90 degrees south can't give you a full 24-hour video because they don't have enough bandwidth. Or is it hard drive space? Or
the video shows a 24-hour sun.
Women don't have all that. Brenda, they don't.
It does. The video shows
14-hour day. They are missing about 10 hours of the day.
The video shows, it still shows a 24-hour sun.
It doesn't show a 24-hour.
Yes, it does. It does.
Let's jump in the video where they call
out. There's plenty of others. There's plenty of other videos.
There is no 24. There is no evidence.
Okay, well, I'm just going to check the clouds on this video. I'm going to watch the clouds and see if there's any continuity breaks with the clouds. Oh, what happened there?
Well, it's a time lapse. It's a time lapse. So you see things jumping around. There's cars
I
jumping
understand
around.
that. I understand that, Brenda.
That's a time lapse.
I understand that.
I did see a debunk of this video myself. I can't remember what it was, but
that doesn't.
This one.
That doesn't mean anything.
But sure, it does. If something is debunked, it means something. You should. If it was.
Oh, hang on. Yeah. I've just found it. I've just found the part where I've just seen it. How can you deny this? This is so freaking obvious.
Deny what?
Right. Okay. So this is for the audience.
What am I denying?
You're going to see this. You're going to see this in a little bit. But what you're going to see is you're going to see this is the wind direction. Obviously, you've got this is the direction of the wind. But you're going to see that the clouds are going one way, and in a minute you're going to see the clouds going this direction away from us, which is totally the different directions of the wind. Here we go.
Yeah. Do you think that
the clouds going in the opposite direction?
Do you think that wind at the surface level can be different than up at the higher levels in the sky?
Yeah, but the thing is,
they can be.
Just a minute. A few minutes before, obviously this is a time lapse, but a few minutes before, the clouds are going in totally the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Yes. Clouds move at different directions during different times of the day.
Okay. Yeah,
How does that disprove anything?
Here they're going over us. And when we face the other way,
there's no clouds.
When we face the other way, here we go.
Yes, if you face the other way, it's going to go in a different direction, isn't it?
Yeah, I just want to show something. If you go back there, just before the sun was...
That's a complete circle. That was a complete circle.
Yeah, but now they're going in the complete opposite direction.
Yeah. Complete opposite direction. If just before the sun went past that pole...
It's 24 hours later, dude.
Before it goes past that pole.
Brian, it's 24 hours later.
Yeah, no, Brenda.
Yes, it is. They went in the complete circle. That's 24 hours.
24 hours.
That's what it means. What do you think 24-hour sun means?
I do know exactly what it means. You see the article.
So we start at the beginning. It goes in a full circle.
In front of us,
Brian.
What
happens
with the sun?
Crap, Brian. Do you have some kind of a mental illness? What the fuck?
Completely changes. The whole sun completely changes.
And then the
sun doesn't change at all. What are you talking about?
Brenda, there's too many problems with this video.
There's no problem. What problem with it?
Immediately, Randy spotted two problems. This is also a problem, what the sun is doing down now. Right? If that's 24 hours, if that's supposed to be 24 hours later, Brenda, how come the sun is not in the same place in the sky? If you go back to the start, Randy, and see the 24-hour sun in the sky, right, it's up on the right-hand side. How come the sun is not
looped? It's looped.
They don't start.
This is looped. This is the start of the video. This cloud that's rolling in is the start of the 24-hour sun at the end of the first sun. I can tell these clouds, it was those they call them these cumulus clouds. And those clouds are now going over after the other clouds are just going away. These are coming over. And this is the same cloud, I am sure of it, at the start of the... If I go back to the start of the video, this is the start of the video.
Yeah.
Oh, it's exactly the same cloud! It's exactly the same damn cloud.
It's not the same.
It is. I've literally just done it now. I've literally just done it. Hey, I've gone to 23 seconds. I've gone to 23 seconds.
Something right there. If you go back, there was smoke coming out of a chimney there, and suddenly there was no smoke.
Right, so I'm on 23 seconds now.
Because it's 24 hours later, dude.
I'm on 23 seconds now, and when I go to 1 minute and 23, it's the same damn cloud that rolls in. It's the same damn cloud.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same. What a con.
Yeah, the whole thing is a con. If you even go back a little bit, you'll see there was smoke coming out of the building that's right in front of us there, that building right in front of us. There was a smoke coming out of there, and suddenly the smoke just disappeared. Like it wasn't coming, and it was a completely different... The light is changing too much. The light in that video continually
changing.
What do you mean the light? Of course the light is changing.
No, Brenda,
what are you talking about?
At the wrong time.
The sun is going... The sun goes around in... The sun goes around in a perfect circle.
Than where it was 24.
The sun goes around in a perfect circle.
That's right, it does. It does
go
in a perfect circle.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's what you'd expect to see. That's
you wouldn't see the same clouds rolling in. You wouldn't see the same clouds rolling in.
You don't.
You do. Yeah.
No, you don't.
A load of things. Randy's that's already spotting 3 or 4 things.
Randy, would you post
things?
Would you post the link?
It took me.
Randy,
yeah,
would
sure.
you post the link? Would you post the link so I can see it?
Sure.
Which one you're talking about?
It took me what? How long did it take me? A couple of watches of that video, and I picked it out immediately. Same clouds. Wow. I mean, that's just a killer. It's the exact.
They're not the same clouds.
Same. It's the exact same.
They're not the same.
Yeah, it's the exact same. It's the exact same. This is the end of the 24-hour cycle, and this is going back to the start of the cycle. So that's the end of the cycle. This is going.
Would you post the link, please?
This is the exact same cloud that rolls over.
Would you post the link, please? Would you post
where do you
the
want
link,
it?
Please?
In your Skype?
In the chat, either one. I don't care.
It's the best you got, Garen.
I'll put it on the. I'll put it in the. On the watch page. I'll put it on the watch page. Wow.
Yeah. This is the problem, Brenda, with the whole 24-hour sun thing. These kind of videos is the best that people can come up with. It's like this is the problem. There shouldn't be this problem. Why is there a need for any fakery or nonsense? If it's there,
nobody faked anything. You haven't shown that there was fakery.
We've shown a load of problems with this video. The start, there's no snow, and then there's snow. That's the start of it. You know, that was supposed to be the start of the video, and the sun is off up to the right-hand side of him, right? And you can see it's supposedly shining in. Then suddenly the sun is a completely different part of the sky.
There's no clouds.
Sorry?
There's no clouds at the start.
I said the sun was up to the right-hand side, and then suddenly there's snow, and the sun is a different part of the sky.
So that's obviously
time lapse.
Yeah, so obviously that's hours later. Brian, I have to be able to get Brian.
Hang on.
Brian.
Hang on. I'm reading.
I want to.
1 second.
Brian. Brian. It starts at the upper right-hand corner of the frame, and then the real time lapse. It's towards the bottom of the horizon by the mountain. That's obviously hours later. It's hours later.
He was supposed to be starting at 12:05 where he was showing his watch. What is even the point of that part of the video? It's nonsense. Randy just had a quick look at it and he spotted three completely fabricated pieces within the video. It's nonsense.
At the beginning
of that video, Brenda, it's ridiculous.
Brian, allow me to talk, please.
Hang on, 1 second. I'm going to read it. Brenda.
Brian, allow me to talk, please.
I want to read out the definition of a time lapse.
I want to say something. At time zero on the video you linked, the sun is right there in the upper right-hand corner. And then when the part that you say where they jumped, right, and the mountain is covered with snow, the sun is towards the horizon, towards the bottom of that mountain. That's a jump of several degrees. That's obviously hours later.
Exactly, Brenda. It's obviously a different time. It means it can't be trusted. That was supposed to be the start.
That doesn't mean anything. It just means that they started.
When he showed it, that was the very first problem.
It just means that they started it later.
Brenda. It's a joke. If you're trying to make the world,
no, that doesn't mean anything.
Son, right with that, you're at nothing.
So the video starts.
It's a joke.
The video starts with the sun right nestled in the corner, of the upper right-hand corner.
You don't even have an understanding of what a time lapse video is.
I know what a time lapse is. It's a succession of still videos.
Right, I'm going to read out
frames.
Still
frames
of a time lapse video. Time lapse is the video recording mode that captures video at a very low frame rate, around 1 to 2 frames per second. Although this depends on the length of the recording.
Yes, it does. It depends.
Feedback time lapse video is almost the opposite of slow motion. Right? Now,
exactly what I said.
No, that's
what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying.
It cuts out hours. That's what you said.
Well, I don't know what the time frame is.
You said it cuts out hours. It's nonsense, Brenda. You have no evidence of a 24-hour Antarctic sun. Right?
It's a time frame. What you read supports everything I said, Brian. What you read supports everything I've said. And the other point is that the video starts with the sun at the upper right-hand corner, tucked up in the corner, and then the proper part of it. And right. Yes, I understand that. I understand that, Brian. Brian, I understand that. Brian, I understand. Brian,
stop me.
Brian,
this is just
Brian.
Brenda, this is it.
Brian,
this is it. This is all you've got. You don't have evidence, Brenda.
Brian, you have to let the other person talk once. Brian,
it just keeps on wanting to.
Brian,
story of what a time lapse.
Hold on, guys, just hold your little horses.
Well, he's not letting me talk.
Just hold your horses here, guys. Right, listen. If you can see this on the watch page, maybe I should. I'm not going to share my screen because if I do, it just slows my PC down. So you're going to have to watch this on the watch page, right? But I literally took a screenshot. This is at 20. On the left is at 23 seconds. And the image on the right is taken from 1 minute and 23 seconds, right? You can see that on the scroll bar at the bottom. I've just literally taken these screenshots now. And you can see 100% that they are the same clouds. There isn't a single difference on any of these clouds. Not a single piece.
We're not seeing it, Randy. It's not up on the screen.
It should be on the watch page now. Go to the watch page.
It's only my icon is on the watch page, and I'm not sharing my screen. So,
Brenda, have a look at my watch page. Tell me that isn't the same clouds.
I checked it on my video, and they're completely different.
Check it on the image that I have. Check it on the image that I have on screen right now on my live stream, and tell me that isn't the same image.
Exactly the same.
I checked it on my video.
Check it on my screen.
Ranty, you have to allow me to speak. I checked at 1 minute and 23 seconds and at 23 seconds, and the cloud formations are different.
Okay, so and what do you think that's just happened when I've just opened up Paint for everybody to see, and then off screen I literally took 2 screenshots of one at 23 seconds and one at 1 minute 23. You can see that in the image on the bottom because you can see it on the scroll bar, the red scroll bar at the bottom with the timestamp on, and you can see that they're the same clouds.
Exactly the same. It's impossible to get it that
I haven't edited them. That is exactly as it presents itself.
Do you see the problem, Brenda?
No. Pregnant pause.
No, I don't.
Pregnant pause. Let Brenda think about it.
I was looking.
That's good.
And it looks like it might be the case. I haven't looked systematically, but it looks like it just loops at the end. They just loop back over again.
Why does it loop back at the end, Brenda?
Why not?
Because it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be showing.
Why?
Day.
Why? Why is it not supposed to?
Day, Brenda. That's supposed to be 24 hours later. Not exactly the same thing. This is the problem, Brenda.
And 23 seconds. No, I'm sorry, but I keep checking it. And I go to the timestamp of 23 seconds and of 1 minute and 23 seconds, and the clouds are different.
Well, what Randy's showing on the screen here now are 2 screenshots from the same exact video at 2 different times at 2 different points of the time lapse, and it's exactly the same image, the exact same image. I bet you if you look down at the more minor details on the ground and smoke coming out and different things where people are standing and different things, I guarantee you'll find it is exactly the same. If there's a mouse in the video, it'll be in the same exact place.
I don't think so.
This is the problem, Brenda. This is why nobody has any faith in there being a 24 24-hour Antarctic sun. It's because of things like this. If this was real, if the 24-hour Antarctic sun was real, then there wouldn't be a need for all this nonsense. There wouldn't be. We wouldn't need to fake it if it's real.
Yeah, I don't think that it's faked.
But Ranty has just shown you that it's faked. He just showed you there.
No,
right?
he hasn't.
Well,
I checked it. I checked it with my.
Oh, well, you checked it.
I checked it, and the clouds are in different places. At 23 seconds and at 1 minute and 23 seconds, the two cloud formations are at different places.
Yeah.
I did. I checked it.
It's supposed to be a 24-hour sun. It's supposed to be 24-hour sun, yet 24
They show 24 hours.
Exactly the same as it was 24 hours beforehand.
It's not exactly the same.
Every cloud, every shadow, everything is exactly the same.
No, there's not. You haven't shown that.
Ranty just had the two screenshots up.
No, it doesn't show that.
Brenda.
It doesn't show that.
It does. It just showed it.
No, it doesn't. You just claimed that, and I checked it, and it doesn't check out.
There's no evidence to support a 24-hour Antarctic sun. It's just not there.
There's plenty of other videos too.
You believe, yeah, but that's going to be the same thing again. Other videos is going to be the same
No,
thing
you don't know that. You can't say that.
They all get debunked. No,
they don't.
Every one of them gets debunked.
No, they don't get debunked.
Every one of them gets debunked, Brenda. This was debunked.
No, you claiming that they get debunked doesn't mean that they have been.
Ranty debunked this in literally, I'd say, 3 minutes.
No, it wasn't debunked at all.
This is really stubborn of you, Brenda.
This is unbelievable.
Well, the claim that you made, you couldn't substantiate it because I checked and it wasn't the way you said it was.
Well,
Ranty.
I've just done it for the audience. I just done it live for the audience. I just did it live for the audience on the YouTube video.
If I checked at 1 minute and 23 and at 23 seconds, and the cloud formations are different.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask Professor Phil Bell, who's in the actual chat right now, who's just made a comment, and I'm going to ask him if he thinks that the images are the same and that they are actually from the video. Let's see if one of your Globe Earth friends is going to back you up on this or refute it. Let's see what he comes up with. I'll leave it. If it takes about 30 seconds, so you guys carry on and let's just see what he comes back with.
Yeah, okay. The problem, Brenda, is that this is supposed to be proof of a 24-hour sun, yet
it is.
There's obvious problems with the video. So if this is the best that they've got, or the best that people can get, then there's no evidence to support a 24-hour sun. Everything is against it.
No, there's dozens of videos.
24-hour sun.
There's dozens of videos, Brian.
Brenda, as I said,
you haven't shown that this
is the Amundsen Scott station. Contact that Amundsen Scott station, just like journalism and the other guy before him did back in 2015 and 2016. You contact that station and you get them to send you a video of 24-hour sun.
By the way, I can't screen share in Skype. So the point is that I checked your claim. You said to look at 1 minute and 23 and at 23 seconds, and the cloud formations are different. The smokestacks formations are different.
It's showing different there on screen that it's exactly the same.
I can't speak for Ranty, but I checked.
No, it's your
23 seconds.
I
checked at 23. I checked at 23 seconds and 1 minute and 23 seconds, and the cloud formations are different, and the smokestacks are different.
Well, you're welcome to go off and show all the differences.
Sure.
Come back onto Ranty's and disprove it.
I can see it right in front of me.
Brenda, Jesus, this is ridiculous. Look,
this is a toe tag for the ages. This one.
They're different.
I don't know what more we can say like on this. They could be more similar. You know, they're exact twins of each other. Like, you know, I don't know what to say to you.
They're not. I'm looking at it on my other screen, right now, and I'm flicking back and forth between 23 seconds and 1:23, and they are different.
No. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's just like, this is epic, because the very thing you came in to argue has been debunked in front of your eyes, and you're denying it.
It hasn't been.
It has been. It couldn't be any more debunked.
I checked it myself, and it's different.
Show us different.
I can't screen share on Skype. You know that.
I can screen share on Skype.
I'll make it different. I'll make a video of my own.
Come back to Ranty's with it and disprove Ranty, because Ranty's after disproving that video being a 4-hour time lapse of Antarctica, the Antarctic 24 or so. That's the best thing.
So what other proofs of the flat Earth do you have?
Proofs of the flat Earth? I don't know. There's loads of them, Brenda.
But name one.
Well, the video, the picture from the other day that shows the horizon past the two oil rigs, even though the camera's only 12 inches off the sand.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well,
but how do you have to the flat Earth has,
but it's actually well over miles away.
Flat Earth has to account for a number of different things. For instance, do you have a model?
A model?
Yes.
We don't. We're not looking for a model, Brenda. We don't live on models.
You need to have one. You need to have one.
The globe have a model.
Yeah, but you need to have a model.
Would you share it with Ranty then?
You need to have a model. I don't.
Model with Ranty, so everyone can.
No, I'm asking you for the model of the flat Earth.
I'm not claiming to have one.
What? Yes, I know, but you need to have one. When is Flat Earth going to make one?
I don't know. I'm not looking for one. You say that there is a model. Do you agree that there's a globe model? That there is a model of the globe?
I'm asking about the flat Earth model. You know what the globe Earth model? The globe Earth model is that it's a globe.
But that's not a model.
Yes, it is. That's what a model is.
A model has to be a scientific model. It can't just be, a photograph or,
Yes, it can.
A blow up globe that you throw out into the water into the swimming pool.
No, it can be.
No, that's a belief, Brenda. That's not the same thing.
It's just the globe Earth model is that the Earth is a globe.
But that's a belief. That's not a model.
That's not a belief. That's a model.
But sure, then my model of the flat Earth is that the Earth is flat.
Oh, okay. Then you need to be able to explain observations that we can see that are not contradicted by your flat Earth model.
Like what observations?
Day and night. How do you explain nighttime?
I just did earlier on with the solar analysis. I explained it. The sun goes away from you. It goes back the next.
But that's not how light works.
How do you know how light works?
We all know how light works. We know how light works. If you have a light source above a flat disk, it will illuminate the entire disk.
It depends on the size of the light source and the size of the disk.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I should be able to see the sun from any point on the Earth, as long as I have an unobstructed view. I should be able to take a telescope. I should be able to take a telescope.
We've had a response from Professor Phil Bell, who says, Brenda's not wrong. Brenda is correct. It's just that this video might not be the best video to use for the 24-hour sun. There you go.
So he confirms that I'm not wrong. Good. So the point, to get back to the point, is
no, you're not wrong about the 24-hour sun, but that this video is certainly compromised.
No, he said I was not wrong. He said I was not wrong.
Professor Phil Bell very politely said he agrees with you that there is a 24-hour sun, but this video is certainly not evidence of it. He disagrees with you.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
He did say
he
that.
Didn't say. No, he didn't. He said this might not be the best. He didn't say it wasn't evidence. He didn't say it wasn't evidence. He said it might not be the best. Is there some kind of problem that you have, Brian?
Why
can't you allow other people to talk?
I am allowing you to talk.
No, you're not. You have consistently spoken over me.
And you've done the same.
The entire time. No, because I'm trying to talk.
And so am I.
Well, you need to allow the other person to talk.
And so do you.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I certainly do.
So
let's get back to your flat Earth.
No, right. Let's get back to the 24-hour sun thing. Actually, look, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to have to go pretty soon because I was supposed to have gone before this, but I allowed the time to go on to bring so Ranty could bring you in, and you wanted to argue with me about the 24-hour sun. Now we've argued about the 24-hour sun, and Ranty has shown with this video how fake these videos are. Right? He has proven.
He has not.
This video.
He has not.
So it does not. No. There isn't. So there still is at this point, at this date in time, no evidence to support a 24-hour sun. Right? There's only a belief. There's no evidence to support it. So I don't know what to say to you. You came in to argue the point.
Ranty, did you?
You disagree that those two photographs are the same. You say there's differences between them. So what we'll do from here is that you go off and you find those differences and you come back and you present on Ranty's and you can debate with me about it, no bothers.
Yeah, I think we'll do this another time, guys. I think we'll we'll finish up this and we'll carry on another time. Is that okay with you guys?
We'll stay longer, but I have responsibilities to deal with. And I've let it go on a bit longer, and I enjoyed it, and it was good fun, and I'd like to stay longer. But what's going to happen is we're going to the next subject and the next subject and the next subject, and we'll be arguing about this and arguing about that, and it's not going to go anywhere. So let's stick to this, Brenda. You go and you find the differences between those two photographs, and you bring it back and present it.
I'm calling fraud. I think that.
I'm Ranty on this video.
No, just a minute. Let me talk, please. Ranty,
yes.
You have faked those screenshots.
Okay.
Yes. I checked.
Ranty's handy, but he's not that good at
I have checked, and I'm convinced that you are a liar, and you have faked those screenshots.
Well, anyone
I can prove it, and I think I can prove it.
Okay, if you can prove it, fire away.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's it. Brenda should make a video and come back with it then, and we'll debate then on that. You just let Ranty know when you have your video made.
Yeah, I'll look forward to that. I'll look forward to it.
That will be good.
No, I'm calling you out, Ranty. You're a liar.
Okay.
And a fraud.
Okay.
You faked the screenshots.
Okay, if you say so, Brenda.
Yeah, you have.
You start laughing yourself there.
No, you have. I'm convinced that you have.
Okay, well, remember, Brenda, anyone can download this video and get those exact screenshots.
Well, hang on, wait a minute. Just a minute.
That's the point.
If I fake them,
what I'm going to do, and it's going to show that you're a liar.
So if I fake them, is that because you're looking at these images and you agree that they are identical?
They do look identical, yes.
And the only reason they look identical is because I've faked them?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good
because
stuff.
I've looked at the exact same timestamp and it's completely different.
Completely different.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's that different. It's not just different, it's completely different. All right. Well, you know what to do then. You make the video and come back and you prove that Ranty is a whiz at CGI. Yeah, you prove Ranty is a whiz, a secret whiz at CGI. Okay?
Okay, Brent. Well, thanks for coming. Thanks for your presentation. If you want to drop, my friend, by all means, you drop and you sort your business out that you need to do. Brenda, if you want to stay on for a couple of minutes, I don't mind.
Yeah. Well, look, if you want to keep the show going, yeah, I might go. And if you're going to keep the show going, unless you're going to end the show, then I'll stay on till the end.
I'm going to stay on for another 5 minutes or so. I'm just going to quick chat with Brenda, then round up.
Okay, sure. Look, I'll stay till the end. I'll stay till the end. Not to jump out on the show. I knew I had to go to do stuff, so I couldn't leave it go any longer. That's what it was. And as well as that, we were going to go on to a next point and the next point and the next point, and we would be here for another 2 hours. That kind of it.
Okay, so well, somebody's just asked me to do this live, so I'm going to go to the video. I'm going to try and stop it on the exact same frame, so let's see if I can do that. Let's see if I can get it up. Oh, it's starting to play then, so no. So let's go back to 23. Yeah, that's the one. 23 seconds, Antarctic 24 sun. So if I take a screenshot of this, so you should be able to watch this on the watch page. I'm going to bring this up. File, new. So I'm going to paste that into there. So there we go. So that's the Antarctic sun on the right. So now what I'm going to do is go back to the video. I'm going to go with, that's not that one, this one. So I need to go to 1:23, and I need to try and stop it on the exact same frame. Oh, there. Just 1 second, guys. It's I've got the whirly whirl. Come on. There we go. Right, so I'm back. So I need to go to 1:23, and hopefully, no, struggling with this time delay. Maybe put it on slow.
I'll just say something there while you're doing that. Professor Phil Bell asked where was the silver bullet. The silver bullet was the fact that it wasn't possible to get independent information on what the sun was doing, as all the information that I could find or anyone can find from time and date or any sun calc, any of these, they're all based on the opposite of a flat earth. They're all based on the rotation of a globe and its orbit of the sun. So everything we're getting was information based on that, not based on what the sun was doing. So there was no point in even critiquing the presentations, because they were all based on the pre-assumption of a globe anyway, not pre-assumption of what the sun was doing. It's what the globe is doing around the sun. That was the point.
There we go. So I've just done it live, and we have the same clouds. Not quite the exact frame on this particular case, not quite the exact frame, but good enough.
Close to it, very close to it, yeah.
But good enough.
Yeah.
There's the exact, there's the almost exact. Happy days.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, that's going to do for now. Brenda, any last words before we go?
Is Brenda even there?
I don't know. Is she there? Oh no, she's left. She's dropped.
She's dropped.
I think that was because I was doing it live.
She wasn't hanging around for that. I wonder why she didn't say that when you didn't get the exact frame. I was waiting for her to say, "See, I told you, you were a liar," and she was gone. That's gas. She's gas one.
Oh, that's a toe tag, that for sure.
That was good. That was good at the end.
She's scarpered.
Yeah, she's gone. She's right. She's right too. I wouldn't hang around for that either. She knew she couldn't debunk it, so she was gone. Right. She must have a sense of humour. Like, she has to have a big sense of humour. But the way she carries on, like, you know, you'd have to have a sense of humour. You couldn't look at yourself in the mirror after that, like, if you were serious. You know?
Oh dear me. Well, thanks very much, Brian, for turning up. Thanks for staying around for as long as you have. I do appreciate it.
No worries, Randy. It was a good show, good fun. Thank you. Thanks for allowing me to present it.
Yeah, no worries, mate. One last thing before I go, just another shout out to the Patreon. So if anybody wants to support this show on that, if you like what you see, if you enjoy the shows and the format, etc., heading over Ranty Flat Earth on Patreon. The link's in the description underneath this video. So I would appreciate it if you feel like you could support the show. Thank you, and thank you again repeatedly if you do it. So thank you. Right, that'll do. Brian, excellent presentation as usual.